This whole project actually contains different parts. We have the 3D sound, the 3D landscape that we build up, and then we have the data that comes in from the tracking system and the sensors that we use in the iPhone. Every person hears 3D sound in different ways, and it's all dependent on your ear shape, the distance between your ears, and the shape of your head. We did 10 different profiles. Some of these profiles are actually recorded with the help of these kind of microphones, and they actually put in microphones in the ears to get the right 3D sound. The 3D sound that we use is actually based on different angles. So depending on where the sound is around your head, you can hear, for instance, how far it is and in which angle. We use the Fmod library that is used for Guitar Hero and for World of Warcraft, and it's basically a very good library to position sounds in a 3D environment. So for instance here we have the sound of the goal, and in Fmod Designer you can actually hear how it sounds as you move around. So here we could test each sound and see how they actually perform in here before we take it into the coding. What's new with our solution is that we don't use the 3D world of Fmod entirely. We actually use these 10 profiles because we want the sound not to be in 3D, but to be in 3D for all these different people and really suit those different people. Here we have 8 different sounds, and they are all dependent on the angles. Before we had this divided into 20 different angles, but it's too heavy for the iPhone to actually perform all the actions it needs to do. The next part, when we actually got in the 3D sound in the app, is to match these sounds with the tracking system. In order for us to test this before, we had a simulation of a game. And the TrackApp system works in that way that you can actually see an entire game and simulate it from a computer. And we can see the players running around on the pitch here. The data about this game is then fed out to the network here. And through UDP, we can get a stream of data, and it's a few times a second, so it's very fast. The assignment of the iPhone application, in this case, is to actually look at the data and convert it into the 3D sound landscape that we built. Here I have the iPhone application code. I select my profile, and then I also can select which team I'm in and what number I have on my jersey. In this way, the tracking system knows what player to listen to. This is all just coordinates that comes through the Wi-Fi network. So we can see where the ball is, the nearest player, and the nearest player from the other team. And we can also see the data that's transmitted at all time. And we also know where the player is compared to the other goals. Now we have the iPhone application, we have the data from the players. The players can, with this, know where they are on the pitch and also know where everyone else is. So we needed to actually detect when the player shifted their head. We used the iPhone sensors to do this. So we have the gyroscope to detect rotation, and we also use the compass because the gyroscope is a bit shaky. After a while it drifts and gets lost. But the compass has a point where it knows that this is north. So here we see that it's very fast. In order for this to work, we built a helmet that first of all makes the sight completely dark. So we have the same conditions for each player. And then we have a little pocket for each iPhone. So we know exactly where the iPhone is placed, in which direction, and that it won't move during the game. And as they moved their head, we knew exactly how to adapt the sound landscape.